This is Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth, welcoming a first-timer to the program. I'm excited because this is one of the subjects that is near and dear to my heart. From Susan G. Komen, Houston, Vicky Oddi. Good morning and welcome. Pull that mic on up. Get comfortable.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
Oh, thank you for being here. You know, we have been working, as long as I've been here in Houston, just 5 years, but we participate with the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure every year. But this year, it's at a different time. It's normally in a different season. And so now we're having it in January the 27th. So what happened? What was with the change there?
I mean, yes, absolutely. We are normally in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Right.
But it was just too soon after Hurricane
Harvey. Yeah.
We felt the city wasn't ready. We wanted to be able to put on the best event for everybody to come out, and we just felt like that couldn't happen in October. So to give the community time to recover, we did postpone this year to January 27th.
Oh, that's awesome and makes all the sense in the world. Let's talk about breast cancer. It affects everyone.
It does. So I just joined the organization in March. This will be my first race for the Cure.
Okay.
But it is very important to me. A year ago this July, my twin sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I'm very on board. I think, raising the dollars to fund the research and to fund the treatment is so important. And everybody needs to be aware that breast cancer can affect everybody. 1 in 8 Houstonians were diagnosed in 2017 with breast cancer.
1 in 8.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty high.
It is a lot. And since 1989, the mortality rate has come down 39%, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But now Komen's goal is to reduce that mortality rate by 50% in the next 10 years.
Oh, they can easily do that.
So,
I think we can do that in the next 3 to 5 years, to be honest.
That would be amazing.
I mean,
and
really.
Something that we're really striving for.
Indeed. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Vicky Oddi from Susan G. Komen, Houston. The Race for the Cure is on January 27th. That is
It is a Saturday. The festivities kick off at 7:45 in the morning. We'll be there starting at like 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
First race goes off at 8 a.m. There's a timed 5K run, an untimed 5K run, a family walk that's just over a half a mile, and then a 5K walk as well.
Okay.
So it's a full morning of activities. It's going to be a great event.
And, of course, the money raised goes to the Houston community. You were telling me that...
about 70. So for every dollar that we raise, 75% will go to the community for screening and treatment and those types of services. The other 25% will go to fund cutting-edge research so that we can find the cure. That's
great. I know you just got there in March. Can you tell me how you all fared through Harvey? I mean, I'm sure that some people who are who volunteer or just employees that are there that were affected by Harvey and just people that care about the cause, period.
Absolutely.
How did you all help out in those efforts?
So we actually, after the hurricane, we wanted to know what we could do to help. And we did have some money afterwards that we were able to grant. So every year, this past year, we funded 22 partners, such as like Baylor College of Medicine and MD Anderson and Reconstruction of a Survivor. So after the hurricane, we had some money that if the grantees applied for more money, we were able to then grant out. We gave out 3 grants to Reconstruction of a Survivor, Boat People SOS, and I believe Harris Health Services, so that they could support. That money went straight to a breast cancer survivor who was impacted by Harvey, whether they needed help with treatment or just money for rent or that kind of thing.
That's awesome.
So that was very important to us to be able to help people impacted by Harvey.
That's awesome. When it comes to research and, we're always racing for a cure, I feel as if we should have one by now. I mean, just think about it. All of the money and the resources and the time and the effort that doctors and scientists, engineers, just everybody around the world that's putting in this incredible effort to stop this deadly disease that affects everyone. Even though, ladies, early detection is the best protection. So, do your self-exams, get those mammograms. But where are we? Are we closer to something that in the medical community
I think
with the fight?
I think it's getting there. So in the past, with Komen Houston specifically, in the past 25 years, we've personally donated $13 million to research in the Houston community. And then this past year, Komen National, of the $30 million that they gave out, Texas got 10% of that money. So $3 million came to Texas for research, and it is helping. There was recently a breakthrough with metastatic cancer.
Mm-hmm.
It is not cured, but they know more about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what we need, as much knowledge as possible to work towards finding that cure.
Indeed. Well, Houston, be a part of trying to find the cure as we race for the cure on Saturday, January 27th. Still at the same place? We're still down?
So pre- and post-event festivities will be at Sam Houston Park, which is right downtown at Bagby in Dallas.
Yep.
Race itself takes place on Allen Parkway. Registration is going strong right now at komen-houston.org. You can register online till January 19th at noon.
Okay.
And so if you register by that date, your packet's going to mail to you. You don't have to do anything to get your bib and your T-shirt. If you register after that date, come visit us at the Academy at Bunker Hill right off I-10. And that'll be the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday right before the race that we'll be there.
Okay. Sounds good. Let me tell you, if you've never came down to participate in the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, it's quite the event. It's quite an experience. I suggest everyone come down. You can walk with the family. If you're a runner, if you're into running 5Ks, this would be perfect. You can register at
Komen-Houston.org.
Komen-Houston.org. It is a lot of fun. A sea of pink is just it's so festive. I mean, the pink tutus, the different team, the walk teams, and just people representing family members and friends who have gone on due to breast cancer is. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy being there, so I can't wait. So thank you, Vicky, for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me, and we can't wait to see you guys on January 27th.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. Welcoming back. I haven't seen her in a while. She's one of my favorite people in the city of Houston. And now she is she's a model and and taking trips and going across the country, trying to change the world with her organization, Sock Out Poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back on Instagram, the real Princess Jackson. Good morning.
Good morning.
And she has brought her lovely mother, the lovely Phyllis Burton. Good to see you, Phyllis. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, so Princess, I've been seeing you. You've been out here giving out socks, modeling hair care products, taking trips, being on TV. Like, so much has gone on. How does it feel, like, with all of this newfound fame and all of these different jobs you got now?
It feels really good. It's a nice experience to be doing all of this.
Yeah. What I know the last time we talked, you were fresh off of your Steve Harvey show appearance. So how was the reaction once you got back to Houston and people recognized you? Like, how did that make you feel? What was that like?
A lot of people were amazed that they saw me on the show because they showed it to my school also.
Oh, wow.
And they were really, surprised and very happy for me. And it was a nice feeling to know that people were really happy for me.
Yeah. Did you become, the most popular girl in school after that?
Yeah.
Of course you did. I'm on a national television talk show. What are you talking about? No, that's good, though. We always get a lot of people that move to Houston. And so for the new people who are not familiar with Sock Out Poverty, tell us the story how you got the organization started for those who may not know.
So Sock Out Poverty all started when me and my mom was downtown passing out blankets to the homeless. And I saw the homeless with blankets, shoes with holes in them, but they didn't have socks to help keep them warm. So I wanted to give back to the community by handing out socks. Yeah.
And you've been doing that for years. How long has it been, Phyllis? About 5 years? It's been 5 years?
5 years.
It's been going by pretty fast.
Yeah, it has.
5
and every time I
years.
see you, you're taller and taller. Traveling. And so you are going to take your campaign to L.A., to the City of Angels at the end of this month. Tell us about Sock Out Poverty in Los Angeles.
So, on January 31st, we're going to be going to Los Angeles to give out over 300 pairs of socks to men, women, boys, and girls at LA Mission. and our goal was to go global. So this would be our second time going out of state to go donate some socks to the people that are in need.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to go to California because I heard about, the wildfires that they were having down here. And after experiencing what we went through with Hurricane Harvey, I wanted to give back socks to not only the homeless, but displaced families that were in need.
Oh, that's amazing. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to Princess Jackson and her mother, Phyllis Burton, from Sock Out Poverty. Speaking of Harvey, how did you all weather through that?
We did pretty good. I was out of work for 2 weeks, and Princess was out of school for 2 weeks. But as soon as we were able to get out and help others, we did go to George R. Brown Convention Center along with the Salvation Army, and I think they had maybe 8,000 to 10,000 of displaced families due to the Hurricane Harvey. And we was able to donate over 3,000 pairs of socks to those families. So
for Harvey,
so our heart really goes out, as she stated, not only to the homeless and the less fortunate, but to displaced families, because one day you can have it and the next day you don't.
Yep.
So now our mission is to go to LA because they have been experiencing those wildfires there.
Right. And not to mention now, now that it's raining, the mudslides are. So, what you're doing, Princess, is just beyond words, because it's so needed. I don't think people sometimes don't realize like the smallest thing.
That's right.
It's like the simplest thing that can make a huge difference.
That's right.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And Princess, I also saw you in a commercial and a print ad for Uncle Funky's daughter hair care products. Talk about that. How did you get involved with Uncle Funky's daughter?
I was in the Uncle Funky's daughter commercial print ad as one of the youth models. And it was really fun hanging out with the kids, and we had smoothies afterwards.
Oh, smoothies!
It tastes so good.
That's what's up. How are you liking modeling?
It's very fun. Plus, I love taking pictures.
Oh, so it's easy for you then.
Yes.
Me, on the other hand, I've kind of stepped into it accidentally. I find it hard because, I've got like a few of my signatures. Oh, thank you. It's like after maybe about 4 poses, I'm like, oh, what do I do? And then my mind just starts going and I just do anything.
Yeah.
And
sometimes that's what you have to do.
Exactly.
Sometimes that is what you have to do, yeah. So you're listening to Access Houston. I'm talking to Princess Jackson, Phyllis Burton, Sock Out Poverty. Check them out. The website is
SockOutPoverty.org.
Yeah, I thought it was .org. I didn't know. That's why I wanted you to say it. SockOutPoverty.org. Now, not only that, not only is Princess a pillar in this community with Sock Out Poverty, not only is she a model, but she's a basketball player too, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
What school do you go to?
Dawson High School.
And you guys are undefeated?
Yes. 25-0.
Oh,
wow.
What position do you play? Wait, let me guess. Point guard?
Yes.
Oh, look at me. I can spot a position in an athlete. Yes, indeed. So, wow, I didn't know that you liked basketball.
Yes,
how did you get into that?
I started playing basketball, like on a real team in like 6th grade. No, 7th grade. But I always liked basketball, just hanging out with my dad, playing basketball.
Shooting around.
Yeah, I tried to do the cheerleader thing with her. Didn't work.
What you say?
She wasn't having it. No,
not a cheerleader. No, get me out on that court.
Right. Basketball is her thing.
So now I got to ask, who are some of your favorite teams and players?
My favorite player is Kyrie Irving.
Ah, okay. Uncle Drew.
Yes.
Okay.
And a little bit of Chris Paul.
Okay.
James Harden, of course.
Yeah.
And Stephen Curry.
Oh, okay. All right. You get that's some good people right there. I'm a Cavs fan. I'm from Ohio, so it's Cavs Nation over here. I like LeBron. So yeah, this is great. I love that everything that you're doing is so positive, and you are a great example
Thank you.
For other young girls your age and younger. And, I mean, let's be honest, some grown women
Yes.
who aren't doing
Yes.
as much as you are. So your future is so bright, Princess. And I mean, and I know, you know, I've told you this many times, like I just see just nothing but great things coming from you because you're doing what's right from the heart, just abundant blessings. What else do people need to know?
I'm really proud of Princess. This has been her busiest year, I think, so far, because with basketball, she's gone or have games twice a week, maybe 3 times a week.
Plus morning practice.
Yes, plus morning practice at 5:45 in the morning, Monday through Friday, except for the days
That's
that
the
she
time
have
I get
practice.
up, and you got to beat her at that time?
Yes, and then she still have her acting class on Saturday. And with all that going on and maintaining her nonprofit organization, she is maintaining straight A's in school. Yes.
Slow clap. Slow clap for Princess Jackson. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what queens do. That's what
Yes.
princesses do. Princess, you're going to be a queen. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. So check out the website, sockoutpoverty.org. That's sockoutpoverty.org. For my people who live in California or out in LA, and you're just here visiting and you're going back, if you're going to be in town in LA on January 31st, show our girl some love. She is doing some great things in this community. I love it, you know, and you know that you have an open invitation on this program anytime you want to come on and talk about what you got going on, because, you know, I believe in you. I believe in you and me. I believe that. Princess Jackson, the real Princess Jackson on Instagram. Follow her, the real Princess Jackson. She's doing some amazing things, and her lovely and supportive mom, Phyllis Burton. Man, thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Always.
Always fun.
And thank you for listening to Access Houston.
We'll be back with more Access Houston on 97.9 The Box.